everybody, welcome back. And I got the guitar that created a bit of a wave for Cyber Week, Black Friday, whatever you want to call it, on Amazon. And that is the infamous GEARIT or GEARIT, however you pronounce this company's name. I guess it's probably GEARIT, because on the headstock it's all one word, and the gear is not smaller than the it. So I'm assuming it's GEARIT. But in any event, whatever it is, here's the guitar. I got it today. It's less than an hour old. And first off, let's talk a little bit about the guitar for those of you that are interested. I know a lot of people have ordered these, and the price has been all over the place, right? It was initially a deal that was insane, right? This thing I ordered, paid $65 before tax, free shipping. Just nuts. But others paid $89, $119, $80. It's been all over the place, typical to Amazon's AI algorithm that changes pricing on a regular basis. But in any event, the guitar, the color I bought was this vintage sunburst color, which is really attractive. It has a natural wood back on it, so the contrast of the darker front and the lighter sides and back really go over nicely. It has a glossed neck. Here's what the tuners look like. They are El Cheapo vintage style tuners with the tulip plastic knobs on these tuners, like a la trying to mimic obviously another famous manufacturer and guitar. But these are El Cheapo tuners. They hold tunes so far okay, but they don't seem like they're going to last too long. They are extremely flimsy and feel cheap. So let's talk a little bit about the guitar first. Let's talk about the company first before we even get into the guitar. So GEARIT, whatever the hell they are, they were founded in 2006, California company. Their business model is very similar to Monoprice, in that they, I guess, started out at what they're known for are accessories and cables, all different types of cables, right, for computers, peripherals, electronics, etc. They have audio and video accessories, like I mentioned earlier, computer peripheral accessories, mobile phone accessories, and they must have delved into or dipped their feet in guitars, like Monoprice did. Now, so far, they don't have much of a catalog in instruments, in musical instruments at this point in time. They basically offer what they call a GST line of guitars that include Les Paul, or this model, style guitars, Stratocaster style guitars, and Telecaster style guitars. That's what they have so far. This model is the GLP, right? I guess what LP stands for, you guess. 100, GLP 100, and it is part of their Sunset series. Again, they have a couple of other series guitars in different styles that I just mentioned. That's it. They don't have anything other than this. I didn't see any basses. I didn't see any acoustic guitars. It's just these few guitars that they offer. So it's, I guess they're going to delve into, ultimately, at some point in time, to becoming a very Monoprice-like company in terms of musical gear. This guitar is supposed to have a rosewood fretboard. It's hard to tell whether it's rosewood or not, to be quite honest with you. It might be some, lower end line of rosewood, but I would guess it's probably some sort of substitute. It's a little light for rosewood in my opinion, but it could be. It could be. That's what the fretboard looks like. It has these, cheap inlays on it, right? These trapezoidal, I guess, or less Paulish type inlays on the fretboard. It has, let's see, 22 frets. The fret ends are rounded, which are nice, right? A lot of the import guitar lines, eArt started with that, and other companies followed, and now these guys are doing it as well with the rounded fret ends, which is very nice. Let me see if you can see that, hopefully. It has the, off-white binding on the front of the guitar and along the neck. It's a mahogany, supposedly mahogany body. So this wood is supposed to be mahogany on the guitar. Has a scarf joint, you can see, on the neck. The neck itself is a fairly thin neck. Not a Les Paul 50s neck, that's for sure. So those of you that want that baseball or chunky neck are not going to find it on this one. It's a thinner C-shape neck, to my feel. What else do we have? The pickups. And first off, this pickguard is El Cheapo pickguard, right? Single ply, very sharp, cheap-feeling plastic on the pickguard. I don't know how well you can see this or not, but it is extremely cheap and not well finished in terms of the pickguard. It's got a tune-o-matic bridge, stop bar tailpiece, three-way switch that feels okay. It's got a little bit of play in it. It's okay. I'm sure the electronics in this guitar at the price point they sell these are very, very low-end, cheap electronics. 2 volume, 2 tone knobs. The variance in going from loud to soft and noticeable tone differences from trebly to bassy are not there. It's either full on or full off on these pots that are on the guitar. The pickups, as I was starting to say. These are Soap Bar P90 pickups. I've read in a couple of comments from people that they're not easy to adjust the height on these things. That could be a problem. I'm personally not going to start playing around with these things too much because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I don't want to screw them up any worse than they already are. I've played around with this guitar for a little bit. Like I said, I've had it for less than an hour. These things are not, blowing me away, full disclosure, in terms of the sound of these pickups. They appear to be very cheap. In fact, if you guys are familiar with the Les Paul Special 1 P90 model, which is Les Paul's bottom line Epiphone or Epiphone Les Paul P90 1 model, the Epiphone's P90 stock pickups are significantly better than these P90s in this guitar. These are as low-end as you're going to get. I'm assuming, without taking this thing apart, that these are not Alnico. They're ceramic P90s, and they're probably using the cheapest materials that they have access to. But, again, they are P90s, and I'm not complaining, because for this price, what you're getting in this guitar is insanely good, I have to say. It is a nice-looking guitar. It's solid and solidly made. I would say this thing probably weighs 8.5 pounds. I haven't physically weighed it yet, but that's my initial gut. It's not a cheap feeling guitar. The fact that it has, doesn't come with sharp fret ends and comes with these rounded off fret ends is impressive at this price point. The wood grain, even if it's not mahogany or whatever the hell they use, looks very nice on this guitar. Right, it's several pieces of wood, probably at least, I'm looking here, at least 3 pieces that I'm seeing on the body. But again, yeah, for the price, no complaints. The nut is also interesting. It's not a bone nut, but whatever synthetic material that they're using on this nut, it's a grayish color. I don't know if that comes through. Is extremely good. It's well cut. For an El Cheapo guitar, the nut is well cut. No issues. Setup out of the box. Nice. The string height is perfect for what I'm not going to touch. The neck is relatively straight. I'm not going to touch or play around with The Allen wrench at this point in time, the height is fine for my playability. No issues. If you do want to adjust the truss rod, that's the cover. You take those screws off. That's where you adjust it. Headstock. Well, it looks like they're trying to go for the the bigger name brand style headstock without the tulip-like cutout on it, but it's not an offensive headstock. Glossy finish on the guitar, on the back of the neck as well as the entire guitar. What else do we have to talk about here? The tuners I mentioned before are vintage style tuners. Now, another wild thing. This was blown out at the price I told you about, which varied all over the place. Then, mysteriously, Amazon removed it from its website. This guitar can no longer be found on Amazon, can no longer be found on eBay. So what's interesting is this particular model, this GST, or GLP, I should say, GLP-100, appears to be gone from the web in terms of being able to buy it. I don't know what's going on there, but it's very strange. So it's no longer available anywhere. So there will be no link, there will be nothing, because this thing is gone from the internet. Those of you that were lucky enough, or unlucky enough, however you want to put it, to find this thing and buy it and pull the trigger, you got them. And they're gone. I'm not sure if they're going to restock them, put them out as a slightly different model. I don't know. Interesting, though. Yeah. What does it come? So, how it ships from Amazon. It came in an oversized box, a huge box with this box inside it, and the guitar in a gig bag in this box. Shipped well, packaged well. Hang on one second, I just want to show you the gig bag. Apologize, but I have to get it in another room. Okay, guys, so this is what the guitar shipped in. This gig bag. Now, it's a nice touch that they include a gig bag, but it's not a monoprice like gig bag in terms of the amount of padding that it has. It has very, very little padding in this thing. So this thing is a little bit more than a dust cover, but has the logo on it, interesting looking. Will serve the purpose. It's better than nothing. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's better than nothing. You can store your guitar in here. Came with an Allen wrench, right, to adjust the neck. It also came with this bag of goodies, which was a very nice surprise. So it comes with a decent looking cable for the guitar. It comes with a small clip-on tuner. Comes with a guitar strap, and it comes with about 5 or 6 picks in the bag. So, I mean, the fact that you're getting the guitar, that gig bag, that bag of goodies, for the price that we paid, those lucky enough to pay that price, the $65 price before tax, was just insane. I mean, it was as good as any blowout deal I've seen on Amazon. Maybe with the exception of the ES335 like Indio Boardwalk guitar when they were blowing those out. That might have been slightly better because that was an insanely good quality guitar for that price. So this guitar is fine as, guys, you're looking for an extra guitar, a beater, something for a child to start out with, a student to start out with, looking to plug the hole in your collection for a P90 style guitar or a Les Paul style guitar. Yeah, I mean this thing will serve the purpose. So I'll play it a little bit, and you can hear what it sounds like to the best of my abilities, demoing it with what I have. And it's going through a little Spark amp on a clean setting, and we'll just play some basic chords and maybe some individual notes with the neck P90 pickup engaged. idle position, which are both pickups engaged. Now you're hearing that, right? It's shorting out a bit. I hope there's no loose wire or connection problem, because I'm going to put it now on the bridge pickup alone. You can hear it. Now watch when I go from the bridge, right, which is this pickup, to the neck pickup. The volume is significantly louder on the neck pickup than it is on the bridge. So I'm not sure if this has to be adjusted, which it probably does, right? Because it's been pulled out of the box, nothing's been done. But this pickup has an extreme lower output than the neck pickup, the bridge pickup. Now I'm not sure if you're going to experience the same thing when you get your guitars, but that's my first reaction to this. Negative reaction to this is that the output on the bridge pickup is extremely low. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case with the majority of the guitars, and it's just an adjustment. And me being the imbecile that I am and not able to adjust guitars well enough, may find that if I bring it to somebody and pay the money to have the guitar set up properly, they can resolve that issue. I don't know. Like I mentioned before, 2-tone, 2 volume knobs. You want to hear what the guitar sounds like, individual notes. We'll play some of that with the 3 pickup settings. Wow. And now I'm going to put on some high gain, and you can hear what the pickups sound like with high gain. And some single notes. Nope, pick fell. And now just to let you hear what the guitar sounds like not plugged in, for those of you that are going to be playing this thing on a couch or somewhere in your house where you don't have an amp and you're just strumming this thing, we'll play it without a plug-in. So, that is the GEARIT guitar from Amazon that is causing all of the stir and hype at this point in time. So, in conclusion, my final assessment, summary of this guitar. So let's talk about price and value. Well, I'm going to give it a 10 out of a 10, just simply because I don't understand how anyone can sell and ship and manufacture a guitar looking as nice as this guitar looks and feels, including the stuff that it came with. A tuner, a strap, a cord, a cable rather, picks, a gig bag. For this price point is nuts. So value, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, right? Quality, in terms of the tuning, the tuners, the pots, the electronics on the guitar, accessories on the guitar, pickups, etc. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 because they are not the best quality products. But again, you're not components and accessories. You're not going to expect that at this price point. So I'm not going to, again, I didn't get this thing for free. I paid for it, although I didn't have to pay too much, fortunately. So I'm giving you my honest opinion. I would give it a 6 out of 10 in terms of the overall quality of the components. And hopefully I'm not being too tough, but that's my personal assessment. If you disagree, put your thoughts below in the comments. And the third part that I'm going to rate is your experience or playing satisfaction, playability, how's that, of this instrument. And where I'd rank this on a scale of 1 to 10, in my opinion, is a 7. I would give it a 7 in terms of, my enjoyment, wanting to pick this thing up and play it, and overall feel of the guitar. Now, again, I've had it for such a short period of time. I haven't had a time to bond with it or anything. That might go down. It might go up. But that's the case. But my biggest nit with the guitar, and it's going to be the case because of, again, the price point on this thing, is the components are very, very cheap. I would say they're probably on a scale a little bit lower than Monoprice, certainly lower than IYV, maybe on par with Grote or Grote, but I would, say that, Monoprice, IYV, Firefly, another example, make budget guitars that are, significantly or slightly to significantly better, depending on what models you get there, quality-wise, than this guitar. The Achilles heel for this guitar is that the quality of the guitar is not that great. It looks a lot better than the components that are in the guitar are. You could tell by the switch that there's probably some sort of a loose wire or a loose connection when this thing was put together. Although the frets are smooth on the guitar, that's a plus. The materials are cheap. These tuners are extremely cheap. These pots are extremely cheap. This pickguard looks like it was, cut out of a plastic from a soda bottle or something. It's just, cheaply made, but it looks nice, right? And who's the guy that was on Saturday Night Live? I think Ricardo Montalban. That Ricardo Montalban character said it's better to look good than to feel good. Well, this looks better than it feels and looks better than it sounds. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, if you like these reviews, please support the channel and subscribe. You have any questions, difference of opinion based on your experience with this thing? Put them below in the comments. And guys, until the next time, be well and stay safe. Take care.